Gavin, nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Welcome back to Gavin Talk About YouTube channel. We'll talk about anything and everything. Today we're going to talk about The Dark Knight Rises, which was released in 2012. And here I have joined with me for the special review. We have Ethan. How you doing, Ethan?
I'm doing good.
You look tired.
I am. I am very tired. I heard you were reviewing me, and I'm honored. I'm truly honored.
For y'all who don't know Ethan, he does cosplay as Batman. He's also Batman in my fan film. So yeah.
I'm Batman.
He's him.
I'm Batman.
He's literally him.
Literally Batman.
I have some notes. We sat down, we ranked the characters. So without further ado, let's get into the review. Alright, let's talk about the movie. Initial thoughts, really quick, before we get into, really, minute details.
The only good parts, Bane and Batman.
Not for real. But the cowl sucked. The cowl always sucks.
I don't mind the cowl. I mean, it makes sense for the actual character. But the movie gets worse every single time you watch it. If you rewatch it like every year you'll be like, what is this? Is this even part of the Dark Knight trilogy? Like,
For real. Why does this feel like a indie movie instead of feeling like an actual movie?
I don't know. I was wondering what would break first.
Your spirit
Only
or your body?
The only good lines from that movie came from Bane.
Exactly.
And then there was that one from Batman. It doesn't matter who I am under the mask. It's what I do that defines me.
Yeah, but he didn't even say that in the movie.
Exactly. Exactly.
So basically, if you guys have seen my latest reviews of movies and stuff, you would know that I would do rank the quotes too. Well, there's no quotes to write down because most of these quotes are Bane, and if I were to write down everything that I liked from Bane, I would have wrote down the whole fucking movie.
Bro, that Bane though was, I guarantee it was inspiration for Absolute Bane.
Probably.
Absolute Bane is a giant, man. Dude is like, I'm clean. Clean my ass. You're not Bane, you're Brick.
But, my thing about Bane. Dude, he's not Bane. I'm sorry, he's not. He's just some guy who got his face destroyed to the point where he had to get, a respirator. And then he got trained by the League of Shadows. He got exiled. He got, excommunicated, which is fine. But, dude, you're not Bane.
Pit.
You're not
The
Bane.
pit.
The pit.
Okay, am I the only one that got pissed off that they made Talia? Because I would have loved it if they switched it up and made Bane the son of Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
I would love that.
It reminds me of that Warp Zone skit of, you know which one I'm talking about. It's a Batman. It's a Batman being like, "Oh, I'm bleeding out. Talia, show me some." And Bane's like, "Damn, he's thirsty."
It also reminds me of the College Humor skit.
Oh yeah.
When they said, they're like, no, Bruce is the only one that said that. What? Yeah, Bruce is the only one that says that. I legit said that to Bruce. Oh. I'm not Bruce. I'm Batman. No.
Bruce, I'm Batman.
But really quick, I wrote notes, so let's get into the minute details of the movie if we're done with talking about the movie in general. Are we done?
Yes.
Okay. The plane scene. Fucking badass. The way that we start the movie. Oh.
No, brother. They're expecting one of us in the wreckage. Okay. Okay. The fire rises.
I mean, to be fair, it does set up it does set up the what's gonna happen in the future. Like, it does set up, like, this sets up the, like, with the retribution, like, everyone going after people, right?
Yeah, but
And
let's
once we-
just talk about that plane. In all actuality, the police would know that the plane was hijacked because you remember they tore off the wings and they were still flying. They were still flying for miles on end. The
Well,
wings,
didn't they
and
hook
then
it up?
and then the fact that the plane was just, boo.
Didn't they hook it up, though? I thought the big
They
plane
hooked-
hooked up the little plane, no?
Big plane hooked up to the little plane, and then when it flipped it on like its nose,
Mm-hmm.
like vertical, the wings went like the wings would have been 50 miles away from the actual plane body. The police would have been like, "Oh, someone hijacked the plane. Okay, let's track down. Let's track it down. Let's look at the black box inside the plane that every single aircraft has." Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
Dude, this is DC. We have horrible cops.
And I'm Batman.
And speaking of horrible cops, Jim Gordon.
Brother had like 2 small parts in that movie, and it absolutely made me mad.
Which, let's talk about that, because the next scene is Harvey Dent Day.
That day, holy shit, man.
Yeah, Harvey Dent Day. You forgot about that, didn't you?
Yep.
You forgot about that whole fucking plot line.
Is it like Columbus Day in Gotham? Only Gotham has that day off.
Well, so
Oh.
Harvey Dent Day.
Oh, I have work off today. It's Harvey Dent Day.
Because they have like an act in Harvey Dent. In Harvey Dent's name, they have an act. And that keeps the prisoners, that keeps the Blackgate prisoner in check and all that, right?
Yeah.
And it's been 8 years since Harvey Dent's death. Okay. And the Batman is gone. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Jim Gordon has a speech, but he doesn't want to say it yet. Which I might add, later on, when Bane reads it, fucking fantastic. But what the hell are you doing, Jim? You get shot once and then you're bedridden for like 8 months?
Makes 0 sense.
Like, okay, I get if you get shot, you're gonna be bedridden for a while, right?
Yeah, but 8 months is a little pushy.
Okay, and then we introduced Anne Hathaway in this scene too, as Selena Kyle.
Loved her Catwoman suit. Hated her in this movie.
Mhm.
Her
The suit was brilliant.
phenomenal. It had the Catwoman like got flip up lenses. You know what
And
I'm
then it
talking
looked
about?
like the ears. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
But I think that was like the first actual comic accurate Catwoman suit we've seen.
In a while.
Yeah, in a while.
Well,
I didn't like I didn't like the Batman.
You didn't like
Catwoman.
Catwoman in the Batman?
No.
Well, okay, to be fair, she's like a proto Catwoman. She's not the Catwoman yet.
Yeah. But like the ski mask, man. The ski mask. This isn't a review on the Batman.
Oh, we'll get to that if we want to.
That comes later.
But
I'll show up in the bat suit and everything. I'll show up in the bat suit and everything for that review.
But yeah, like I wrote here that like Anne as Selena Kyle is weird. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It
doesn't work. The reason why she was Selena Kyle was because she was a really good
booming.
actor.
She was booming. Like she was.
Yeah.
She did great work in other movies. She did. But in this movie, what are we doing? And the cops are just letting them take Jim. So like, what I mean by that is when Bane's goons and stuff was taking Jim, the cops just let them. Right?
Yeah.
Ethan. Pay attention.
I'm sorry. The ADHD. I was responding to someone.
I know. I can cut that out if you need to.
Okay.
Okay. Let me restart that, okay?
Okay. Sorry.
Damn it, Ethan.
I had a call. Sorry.
Was it her?
Yeah. I texted her back being like, hey, I'll call you back in 20 minutes. I'm doing the podcast.
Okay. So the cops are just letting them take Jim, right?
Yeah.
Like, not even trying to go after them. Just Bane's henchmen going after Jim, right?
Yeah.
And just taking them. Like, no, nothing. Nothing else. Just, yep, you can have him. Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Go for it.
Save him.
Robin knows. Which, okay, before that, Bane's hideout was compromised by the cops, right?
Yeah. A pit.
And then, it wasn't a pit yet. It was just like
the fact that
something.
It's just funny the fact that it is hilarious how they say the pit. It's like those aliens from Toy Story. The claw.
The claw.
The pit. Throw him in the pit. Explosions.
But yeah, like Jim is just floating, and then Bane shoots the guy, and then says, "Follow him." But yeah, like it's, and then Jim gets bedridden for 8 months. Yeah. After this, Robin Blake, right?
Yeah.
Which we don't know he's Robin Blake yet. We know that he's John Blake, but we don't know he's Robin Blake.
I hated his character ever since he was introduced, man. I don't know. I didn't vibe with him. I'm like, you could kind of tell they were like, he's gonna be Nightwing or Robin in the future, and then they're like, it's a trilogy. It's a trilogy, so you're not gonna see this character ever again.
They're like, remember when we said that it was gonna be the Dark Knight trilogy? Yeah, we're gonna stay true to that. Are you mad that they didn't give Robin any type of movie in this universe?
No, because, the fact that we saw Bane in Batman Forever, and then Because that's the reason why everybody did not want to see this movie, is because Bane in Batman Forever.
It wasn't
the one
Batman
with
Forever, it was Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin, whatever. Those movies are crappy all the same. The only good
Yes.
two were with Michael Keaton.
Although,
That's
I will say,
good
Val
too.
Kilmer as Batman in Batman Forever, he was okay. He was good.
I don't like it. I don't
Okay,
like
we'll
it.
review those movies too.
It was the suit, man. It was the suit. But anyways, the last time we saw Bane, it was like during Batman and Robin, which
God
I
awful.
don't know how. I don't know how to feel about seeing that Bane, which it was a comic accurate Bane. He had the green venom tubes going into every part of his body.
I think that's what I hear about this Bane.
I like this Bane, but I like the other Bane suit. Put Tom Hardy in the other Bane suit and see how good that movie turns out.
Dude, that would have been freaking amazing. Imagine if he could talk.
He had the loot, or they could have done something like Batman Arkham, like the Arkham games. The luchador mask.
That would have been fantastic. But we didn't want to go below grounded, so we just wanted to be grounded for the series, which is fine, but Batman's very mystical, and the fact that Batman is a man fighting all these monsters is what is appealing to Batman, and Christopher Nolan didn't get that. I love Christopher Nolan. I do. But you didn't get the reason for Batman. He doesn't get the reason for Batman. He still doesn't.
I don't know. Christian Bale, he was a good Batman. It's just the voice. And his voice single-handedly changed how everybody listened to Batman, which was a bad thing, because you go and do the Dark Knight and the Kevin Conroy voice, and it's dark and it's mysterious. I'm Batman. And then people go, that's not Batman. What do you mean it's not Batman? I'm vengeance. I am the night. I'm Batman. I'm like,
Okay.
because those movies, let's be honest, they popularized Batman
Am
a lot.
I the only one that really doesn't think that he's a great Batman, that thinks that he's only a good Bruce Wayne?
I don't know. I thought it was a great Batman, It was supposed to be Dark Knight, but like in his early years. So like the animated Dark Knight film, but early years.
Yeah.
So I thought, and that's why he has the tank. But then DC was like, Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck's the Dark Knight now. I'm like, you gave him the fucking tank? He had a normal Batmobile, and you gave Ben Affleck the tank?
For real.
It would have been cooler if we saw, like, I don't know, Christian Bale as Batman, but old Batman. They might do that still, actually.
They might.
They might. I'm hoping they do. Christian Bale's getting into that age where Batman was in the animated film. In the comics.
And once we get to it, he's not dead. He's not.
Yeah.
Okay. And right here is when he goes to the hospital to... Which... I hate the way that they said that Robin just knows that Bruce Wayne's Batman. I hate that fact. But I guess I get it. And then right here I said Bruce's body's fucked. When he went to the hospital, his body's fucked. He had no cartilage anyway. Like knees, no cartilage. Elbows, no cartilage. His head is concussed. And he's like, I'm Batman.
Don't take off the mask. It's not who I am under the mask. It's what you got to be.
But yeah, like
Rob
he.
is on his deathbed and he's like, "Go take out the net." And Robin's like, "I know it's you, Bruce." What? No.
Wow.
What other billionaire can afford this stuff?
For real.
No, but I'm not Bruce Wayne.
But then he said, but then I wrote Batman is back because after this scene is when we did Batman's Return. I didn't hate it. I thought the cops chasing him was worth it because they think that he killed Harvey, right?
Yeah.
Which technically he did. Technically he did kill Harvey, right?
Technically.
But
Which
yeah.
that movie, the movie with, I know how I got these scars. My father was a drinker and a fiend. Beautiful. I'm so sad. I'm sad we didn't. Heath Ledger didn't even get to see how good he was as Joker.
So you're segueing me into what I want to say really quick. So the original movie that we were supposed to get after The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Rumor, by the way, have to say that it's just a rumor. That after The Dark Knight, we were gonna get an Arkham Asylum based movie. And Joker was going to be the main bad again, right?
Yeah.
And that we were going to do like a Joker Asylum type movie. And we were probably going to get a Harley Quinn and all that. We were probably going to get that, right?
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed, but we were probably going to get that. Again, just rumor. Don't sue me. I know nothing. But it would have been awesome. And there was another rumor that said that instead of Jonathan Crane being the court guy, instead of being Jonathan Crane being the judge, it was going to be the Joker. Which, I don't know how I feel about that one. But
I like that. That's like, I forget what movie it's from. It's one of the animated movies. Killing Joke, I believe, is what it was.
yeah.
Where Joker's like, "Who are you to judge if I'm insane? Let's judge if you're insane after putting you through whatever that was."
Which the comic book is really gruesome. But,
yeah.
Okay. And then after that, I said Tom Hardy is such a good Bane. He is such a good Bane.
He is. He nails every role he plays, practically.
Okay.
Like, you hear Tom Hardy being like, "I'm playing Venom," and everybody's like, "But can you?"
And then he plays Venom phenomenally.
He plays Venom phenomenally.
He's not the problem with those movies. It's the movie in general that's the problem, not him.
The movies. It'd be different if it was Rachel Zegler. I'm sorry, Disney. Don't sue Gavin. Don't sue him. Don't sue him. Don't sue him. But you hired that monster, and now you're wondering why that movie tanked so hard after she literally was like, the original Snow White story was creepy, and no.
Why are we going into a tangent about Snow White?
Because while you're talking about horrible movies and stuff, let's talk about that, right?
For real.
Disney's like, we put so much money into this, and it's not even the fact. It's not even the fact of what you think it is. It's the fact that she went online, complained about the movie, while Gal Gadot, my Wonder Woman. That is.
She was such a good Wonder Woman.
I'm
but
so
going,
mad.
but
no.
But going back to the movie that we're supposed to be talking about, The Dark Knight Rises, The Fire Rises.
Fire rises, brother.
But if you guys want to see our take on our thoughts on Snow White and our thoughts on how it's doing, our thoughts on everything in regards to everything in pop culture. Please check out our podcast that comes out every Saturday, the Nirvana podcast. Please stay tuned for that. But yeah, I just wrote right here, bat and cat. Like when they start teaming up.
The bat and the cat. The bat and the cat. You love to see it.
I actually did love the fact that they did that. I did love that. I do think Anne and Christian had chemistry. I do think that.
Wait, no. It was this movie where Bruce gave the iconic line, "It's not who I am under the mask. It's what I do that defines me."
But he said it every fucking movie.
No, but that's the movie where he literally died. He literally was hauling the bomb from the stadium with the Batwing.
He told Jim, he said, "You saved a little boy." Basically
Please
saying that.
Go around a little boy's shoulders.
And then Jim was like, "Bruce Wayne?"
Bruce Wayne?
And then he died.
He does. Yeah, see, I was right. I know my Batman lore. You had me doubting. I literally was sitting here the whole time like, what's that? What's that?
But when Batman Returns, right? And that night, Bane is watching Batman leave. And that is so ominous. And it's so cool because I fucking love Bane in this movie.
The Pit.
However, I have a problem with him. This is not Bane.
What?
This is not Bane. Let's be real. This is not Bane.
It's just a dude with a respirator. Like every dude in his 30s wakes up and goes, "I need a respirator to sleep."
And he also got trained by ninjas, basically.
Which, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
In the long run, that makes sense.
In this continuity, yes, it makes sense.
Batman takes down people twice his size, twice his muscular build, and twice his weight constantly.
And twice his speed.
Constantly. So Bane not having Venom and just being a buff dude and that knows martial arts, that makes sense. He can go toe-to-toe with Batman because he was trained by the League of Assassins.
Well, League of Shadows in this one because we couldn't say League of Assassins.
League of Shadows. Okay. But still, that makes sense. It's not just some buff dude being like, "I'm gonna break the bat." Also, green tubes. They're my weakness.
But yeah, I wrote League of Shadows Bane, and I fucking love that they made him part of the League of Shadows. I do.
I really do. There is a chance that he himself did train with Batman. He might have been one of the ninjas that Bruce Wayne took down, in the first movie.
Might have been. That would have been great
chance.
continuity.
That would have been great.
And right here, I wrote Alfred bringing Rachel up kind of feels forced. I don't like that Alfred and Bruce have a conflict in this movie.
I don't either. I like the Alfred and Bruce in the Batman film.
And I like the Alfred and Bruce in The Dark Knight, the movie literally before this one. I liked it a lot, actually. But hey, right?
Really...
We can't be beggars can't be choosers. Although we didn't beg for this movie, but but right here, Bruce giving Miranda Tate reins for the company feels forced. Why are you giving a random stranger CEO of your company?
Hey, You wouldn't know my secret identity. It's
Like, why? Some random chick walks up to you and goes, "Hey, can I have the keys to your company?" And Bruce goes, "Hey, you're hot.
Yes,
so
you
yeah,
may.
Yes, you may." Like, because the only reason Bruce can afford to be Batman is from the company money.
But then he loses the company because it would like.
If he loses the company, he loses Batman.
But he
That's-
also lost money in this movie, which doesn't make fucking sense.
Exactly. It's like, I'm Batman. Also, explosion, Batmobile, explosion, stadium, explosion. Me. It's
I wrote Tate and Bruce sleeping together. ... Tally algo.
Again, it's literally that sketch. You should have seen it. It was wild. It was wild.
But like, okay, Tate and Bruce sleeping together, that felt forced too. Everything with Miranda Tate felt like last minute.
Everything about this movie felt forced. It was literally just rising action, and then you started going down for like a falling action real quick, and then like you get to the end of the movie and it starts rising again, and then like Bruce dies and it's just like I'm like, oh, that movie is awful.
Bane versus Batman round 1 when they went for Sue because Selena tricked Bruce into thinking that he can trust her, so and then got him trapped, right?
Yeah.
Right here is when we get the I wonder what will break first, your spirit or your body. And then like you merely adopted the dark. I was molded by it.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Molded by it. I didn't see the light till I became the man.
Nobody cared who I was till I put on the mask.
But like, Bane knowing Bruce Wayne is Batman felt right. That felt right.
It did.
Because
It really
he's
did.
League of Shadows. League of Shadows obviously knows who Bruce Wayne is.
Yeah, exactly.
So that makes sense. But Robin being an orphan and being like, I can see it in your eyes, you're Batman. What?
Okay, but seriously, Robin, smartest cop ever. Smartest cop ever.
For real?
Smartest cop to ever live in Gotham. You're Batman. What? No, I'm not. Bruce, you're doing the Batman voice right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not Batman. I don't know what you're talking about. Bruce, you literally have a mansion and you literally hired people to dig out a cave and put a Lazy Susan for your car.
Okay, the fact that Jim Gordon
No.
couldn't even figure it out either?
Bruce, you had to get permits for all of these.
No.
No. Yes, you did. What are you talking about? You literally had to install electricity into the cave so your big giant computer could work.
I didn't even think of that.
Bruce, what do you mean? There's a well that's broken and we can see the Batcave in the well. No.
And then this is when Bruce got broken and he's out for pretty much the rest of the movie until the end.
the pit.
The pit.
The pit.
We'll get there. The football stadium scene. Oh, fantastic. I love
Such a
it.
lovely voice.
And then he says, the fire rises.
Such a lovely voice. The fire rises.
Boom. But yeah, I love this. I loved it.
I didn't love the movie. I loved Bane though. Bane's pretty chill.
Oh yeah, I love the fact that Bane had the fire explosion, had the football explosion happening. I love that. I also think that they did No Man's Land. They did. They did No Man's Land before we even knew what No Man's Land was.
Yes.
Like, No Man's Land is such a great comic book for Batman readers. And they did it. With the exception of Jonathan and
You know what DC needs? It needs a comic book app like Marvel Unlimited.
For real.
Like, it for people like me who don't have access to a comic book store nearby, or
People
if
like
there
me
is,
too.
or if there is one, it's like 2 hours away from the house.
Same.
So you're like, yo, what am I supposed? So you go on YouTube and you watch and pray and hope that either Comic Storian or Marvel TLDR does some sort of video on the comic that just released.
Mm-hmm.
And usually they don't.
Which, R.I.P. to Benny from Comic Storian. Yeah. We miss you so much.
Benny. We miss you, Benny. But yeah, there needs to be like a DC Unlimited app for comics, because I get all my comics from the antique store. So guys at DC people, if you could hook me up with the Absolute series of Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Martian Manhunter, and also hook my buddy Gavin here up with other comics.
I want Red Hood. I want Red Hood. Anything Red Hood.
I want Absolute Batman because it's a blue collar Batman. I'm blue collar Batman myself.
I would not lie to you, but I'm going to say that I rather the Marvel comics over DC because I haven't really read a DC comic, but I'm planning on doing that soon. I'm hoping to get one soon, so.
Yes.
Okay, right here. The truth of Harvey Dent comes out. When Bane's reading Jim's letter, Jim's, speech, such a great scene. Such a powerful scene, too.
For real.
And then, when he said courts will be convened, that sets up Scarecrow's return. It sets up Jonathan Crane, which, when we get to it, I'll explain why I love that scene so much. But, Ra's al Ghul, right? He come back for a cameo. Which, how the fuck did they get Liam Neeson to come back for a cameo?
I don't know who you are. I will find you. I will kill you.
That's not from this movie.
Not from this movie. But isn't that, when Taken was about to, get started or something? I'm pretty sure this movie came out, right before Taken.
Did it? We're gonna have to do research now. Hold on.
Do research. Because I know the year that this came out.
You know the year?
This came out in 2012.
Taken come out. No, it came out before it. Came out in 2009.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah. Liam Neeson Taken came out in 2009. January 30th.
So,
they hired a pretty relevant actor.
Holy shit, they got him, in the height of when he was after...
When he was...
How the fuck did they get him for a cameo?
I don't know.
They got him for a cameo?
They got him for a cameo. That's hard to do. That's like Deadpool getting Chris Evans to do a cameo for like 10 minutes.
Okay, to be
That's
fair, though,
do.
after taking serious, he did do Ted, but that's besides the point.
He was in Ted for like 2 seconds.
Are these box of tricks for children?
Yeah, they are.
And I can purchase a box of tricks
Yeah,
for myself,
yeah, you can.
and I won't be followed.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in the company policy, so.
With the company budget.
Okay, this is when we introduce the idea of Bane being Ra's al Ghul's son. And you know what I wrote down?
What?
I wrote down Bane al Ghul.
That sounds so cool. Bane al Ghul.
Bane al Ghul.
Gonna make me drool.
Bane al Ghul. But Bane's revolution, like when everything started, holy shit, it was scary. It was honestly scary. Like, cause that could happen in today's world. It could.
Yeah. It
Like,
could.
what you saw in The Dark Knight Rises could happen. Like, criminals can escape, criminals can get out, and
Yeah.
then.
It could. It could.
Watch out, criminals. I'm Batman.
But yeah, like, it's so scary. But after that is when we see Jonathan Crane again. And I freaking love him as Jonathan Crane. I love Cillian Murphy as Jonathan
man.
Crane.
Nails every role he's part of. Every single role.
He's my favorite character from Batman Begins. Specifically because Cillian Murphy does such a great fucking job. We should do Oppenheimer. I should do Oppenheimer for the channel because I kind of want to do that. I haven't watched Oppenheimer.
I
haven't
tried
seen
sitting
it.
through Oppenheimer, and then I saw Robert Downey Jr. with the bald head, and I'm like, I'm out.
I've never
out, man.
watched Oppenheimer yet, so
Oh well, Robert Downey Jr. is bald. It feels
I'm aware.
weird.
I'm aware.
It feels weird, man.
Yeah, but
I'm like, you're supposed to be Tony Stark. Why are you bald?
but after when Jonathan got introduced, I was so happy because man, Cillian Murphy deserves so many flowers. Not which it's surprising now that he's getting the flowers. He deserved it for what he did in the Dark Knight Trilogy. Like, he held Batman Begins together. And he held The Dark Knight Rises together for this 2 scenes that he was in. One...
Did he, though?
No, not for the 2 scenes that he was in, yes. But not the whole movie. But for the 2 scenes...
I'm like, brother, don't diss Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was, like, the best part about that movie.
No, not The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises. I'm saying this movie that we're reviewing right now. But The Dark Knight Rises, for the 2 scenes that he was in, it captivated everything. It really made me into the movie a lot more. I was like, okay, we're gonna do Jonathan Crane. My favorite part was his outfit because he had like straws coming out of his suit. So like it felt like he was like Scarecrow again, and he had like straws.
It felt so similar to the Batman Brave and the Bold Scarecrow. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, it did.
Felt so similar, the straw and
But
like,
he didn't have the mask, though. He just had like the face, which was awesome, and he looked disheveled, which is awesome. I fucking love Cillian Murphy, man.
I can tell, man.
He can still But besides the point, the police versus criminal scene was awesome. When the police and criminals were like going at it, I was like, okay, we're in this now. We're in it. Okay, we're finally getting into this. Tom Hardy kills it in this role. I'm gonna say that again. He kills it.
Every single role he's in, he kills it. Every single role.
And when they gave a moment, because they explained to Bruce that when Talia betrayed Bruce, she explained, which if you haven't seen the movie, it's been like what, 13 years? Watch the movie.
Watch the movie. Go ahead, watch it.
But
It's on Max.
That's how I watched it. Talia al Ghul is Miranda Tate is Talia al Ghul, which, what the fuck? But besides the point, my favorite part of this whole movie might surprise you, Ethan.
What?
It's when they reveal that Bane was the protector of Talia al Ghul. Because when they took off the mask and we saw Tom Hardy, I was like, okay, that's cool. We actually see Tom Hardy. We don't see Bane. We see Tom. Right?
Dude bulked up for that
Oh,
role too.
he did. He bulks up for everything.
No,
and then there's
but
Venom.
this is no CGI. The CGI back then, god awful. There's no CGI in that movie except for explosions and the Batmobile and literally everything else.
Yeah,
There's
but even those are like, basically
no
practical.
CGI on the muscles, no CGI on nothing. No character has CGI on them.
But even that's practically practical.
Tom Hardy was jacked, man.
Bro, I love Tom Hardy.
Acted for the first time.
But yeah, like it's like I love it. I think when we get to that scene with Talia explaining everything, god awful. The death of Talia, god awful. Talia was just god awful in this movie. The cops blowing the bridge was weird because why the fuck would you do that? But okay. Because they wanted to have stakes. When you already have a bomb, you wanted to blow up another bridge just to show you're dominant. But that's neither here nor there.
Can we just appreciate the fact that the Harley Quinn show makes fun of Bane for that? Explosions!
Why?
Literally, I just really love the fact that they make fun of Bane for being like, I want to blow this up. It angers me.
It kind of makes me think that Bane isn't dead, right?
Yeah.
He isn't dead. He just got like blown up a little bit, but he's not dead.
He's fine. He's fine. It's like Anakin in Revenge of the Sith.
But when Bruce explodes, right? That's such a heartwarming thing. And then we learn that 6 months before he exploded, he fixed the autopilot. And then we learn that Bruce basically faked his death. He wants to have a life with Selena.
Yeah.
And that was such a great ending for that character.
Master Bruce, I picture you somewhere in Italy sitting across the table from me.
I wouldn't say anything to you. You would. I wouldn't say anything to you. You wouldn't.
Dad and everything, and he's just like.
I wouldn't say anything to you. You wouldn't say anything to me. But we would just nod, and then I'll be on my way. And then they do it.
Amazing.
So this movie's not god awful. This movie's not god awful.
It's just not god awful. It's just the writing is. It's like CW Flash at the end of it. It's
Don't remind me of CW Flash.
CW Flash was okay. All right, it was fine up until they switched writers, and then
everything went to shit.
Everything went to shit. But
season 5 was horrible.
Yes.
And everything after that was horrible.
Was that the season with Cicada?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, I don't know. The Thinker was pretty chill.
Yeah, I love
I never-
season 4. Season 4 is my. I have a hot take about the Flash series. Season 4 is my favorite season with the Thinker because, God, it was so amazing.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I really like the Zoom Flash, like the Zoom season.
I couldn't get into that. But that's not. This is not about the Flash. This is about
not
Batman.
about the Flash. True.
Okay, let's get
Season
into
reviews coming soon.
probably. Let's get into the character ranking for this movie. At number 8, we have Miranda Tate. You want to take this over?
Miranda Tate, fine actor.
Yeah, she was played by Marion Cotillard. Cotillard? I don't know.
Fine actor. Did not enjoy her in this movie.
No.
Then we have the actor who played Selena
Anne
herself.
Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway. Yep.
Yep, at number 7 we have...
The suit was fire. It had
The
the
suit was
flip up cat
fantastic.
lenses.
Oh, yeah.
Flip up cat lenses. It looked like cat ears. Fire.
Fantastic.
They did not write her in well.
She felt like she was trying to do Michelle Pfeiffer too much.
Yeah.
And at number 6 we have Jim Gordon, played by Gary Oldman.
Love Jim Gordon, but man, this movie did not do him justice. Did not do him justice.
At number 5 we have Lucius Fox, played by Morgan Freeman. Love the actor. Love Morgan Freeman. Love him.
He just didn't have a big enough part in this movie for us to be like.
And then at number 4 we have Robin Blake, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which I will say right now, didn't like the character, but it was better than the last few that we just named.
Yeah.
Because at least he has something to do.
He was the only cop that was like, hey, we have a millionaire living in our city who owns multi-billion-dollar businesses, and you know all this money has gone somewhere, and I'm assuming it's the Batcave and Batman stuff. So you know Bruce Wayne's obviously Batman, guys, and every cop's like, no, you're wrong.
He's Batman. Nuh-uh. Uh-huh.
Dude, he literally sounds like Bruce Wayne, just with gravelly voice. Nuh-uh.
For real. But at number 3, we have Alfred Pennyworth, played by Michael Caine.
I have a hot take about that one. So I know you said earlier you didn't really like how they fought constantly. I like that. I liked it because it made it feel like it was a parent talking to their child about them doing something that they should not do. So like, don't cross the road. You could get hit by a car. But the kid's like, but my ball's on the other side, and how else am I supposed to play basketball?
Did that happen to you constantly?
Maybe.
But that's neither here nor there. But I didn't like the fight because it felt like they were trying to mention Rachel too much.
Yeah, that part I did not like.
But I get it. We had to mention Rachel, but like this movie really dread on that point. Like, I was fine with Alfred mentioning it, but then after that, the fact that we kept mentioning her, meh. At number 2, we have Bruce Wayne.
I liked Christian Bale as Batman. I know. I'm sorry, but he did a phenomenal job at Batman. It was just the voice and the ears were too short. The ears on the suit were too short, and his voice was not it.
It's funny because in the last movie, my complaint was that the ears were too long. In this movie, the ears are too short. Make.
Think of your mind, DC. You had the perfect length with Batman.
Batman Begins was perfect.
Batman and Batman. No, not Batman Begins, but
No,
like
my Batman Begins was perfect.
Michael Keaton Batman.
It was fine.
You and I are gonna have beef after this. And then number 1, obviously, was the man, the myth, the legend, Tom Hardy. Venom himself takes Venom and becomes Bane.
The fire rises.
The fire rises, brother.
Dude, every single time I watch this movie, I quote this movie every time it's a Bane movie. It's like a Bane moment that I quote every single fucking time I watch this movie.
It's a Bane movie. It's a Bane movie, not a Batman movie.
Should have been the Dark Knight Bane. The Bane Knight. The Bane Knight rises.
Batman, just there. This is what it should have been called.
The fire rises. It should have been the fire rises, honestly, but
Batman, just there. It's into it.
But Bane is such a good character in this movie. They built him up, and I thought, and I could believe it if they were going to tell me that Ra's al Ghul's kid was Bane. I would have believed them.
Yeah.
They built him up so good. And then they make him a second stooge for Talia.
Like, tall. Gross.
Like,
it would have been better if they built up Talia for like the past 2 movies, and then we see Bane, and then Bane's like, "Yes, I'm her protector. I've been behind the scenes, making sure everything
that
goes
would have
to
been
plan."
great. That would have been great.
But no, they're like, anyways, here's Talia, because we gotta introduce her somehow. We introduced Ra's al Ghul, but not Talia.
So here's my closing statement. We all know that Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan didn't want to make this movie. They didn't. We know that it's been like heavily reported. They didn't want to make this movie. They wanted it to be done with the Dark Knight because of Heath Ledger's death. And they wanted to respect Heath Ledger. And they wanted to respect him so much that they didn't want to make this movie.
Yeah.
But the studio kept pushing.
Like, but he did so well. You'd make millions. And they're like, yeah, but we're already millionaires. What else can we make? Oh, but we'll put Bane in it. Okay, that sounds kind of cool. And we'll put Talia in it and Catwoman and all these. I feel like it had too many characters.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a common trend in Batman films that if you go above 3 characters, like 3 main villain in one movie, then the movie tanks.
Yeah.
That Batman Forever was. That's what Batman and Robin was. And that's what every other movie followed.
Oh, yeah.
And then you The Dark Knight, and it's like main baddies, Scarecrow, Two-Face, Joker. And they introduced like too many characters in this movie. And
it was dumb.
All for nothing because it was the last movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if this is the last movie, don't introduce characters trying to build them up for a 4th movie.
I felt like they were trying to make it too much. Like they were trying to do too much with it. So.
Yeah.
And I felt like they had something that they needed to put in the movie because the studio bade them to. It had nothing to do with that they wanted to use the character. It had everything to do with the studio wanting more movies, and they want Robin to keep going, right?
Yeah.
But they were supposed to start filming him, and all of a sudden they just stopped, and then they recasted everything, and then they decided to put Batman in the main universe. Which I would have rather it be Christian Bale's Batman than Ben Affleck. So. Closing statement, Ethan.
Dark Knight Trilogy, out of 10, I'd give it a solid 7. Because let's be honest, the only really, really good movie, Heath Ledger, whatever, it
The
has,
Dark Knight, yeah.
yeah, it has like the same title every single movie. It's hard to determine what movie
Yeah.
we talk about.
But yeah, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button. As always, have a great day, guys.